You know what I remember as well? Like one occasion, Jasaro, and he's like really big guy. He came to the monastery and gave us a Dhamma talk, and those talks they can like last forever. And pretty much, you hear what already you've been told before. And I remember like I was looking at him and I knew that he's a reptile, and I knew that as a reptile he can read my thoughts. So I was like, sending him telepathic messages. Baby eater, baby eater, baby eater, baby eater. And this was on Katina ceremony. This was in 2012, I think. And while he was passing by me, and I remember two things, I clearly remembered two things. One thing was his sour smell, and Ajahn Kiveli, the German from Eastern Berlin, from army family, he also had this sour smell, this heavy smell. But Jayasaro had it even like a stronger. This is the smell when they digest a human body. And human body, those who eat humans, they tend to have this particular smell. And Jayasaro had one, totally. And when he was passing by me, he told me, get lost. And I clearly remember that, like, get lost, like, whoa, that was really, really, really in your face. I mean, we never spoke. He just made a joke on me during that Dhamma talk, when he asked me where you're from, and something like pejorative for my ethnicity, which many cases English have this upper attitude, believing that they are better than rest of the world, because at one point of history they did manage to colonize part of it. So it gets stuck in the culture as superiority complex, and then they've been good guys in the Second World War, so they have the carte blanche to shit on others. You know what I mean? So okay, you have to live with that because it's Anglo monastery. It's very Germanic, blue eyes everywhere, and okay, yeah, I gotcha. But there've been like other things I also noticed there. Like I remember how they've been treating my friend Giorgio. He was very good doctor. They've been practically mopping the floor with him, and they call it training. And how does the work routine goes in that monastery? So basics about mind control. Mind control is all about sleep deprivation, low protein food, meditation, repetition, because when you meditate your mind is very submissive. Then you repeat, and we've been like repeating chantings every day, 3 hours per day. And then you have encouraging members to spy on each other. And this is big thing in monastery, especially in Anachat. There are two currencies in that monastery. One is information. If you manage to spot something, see something, and report that to the management, it's like, whoa, it's really nice thing. So two currencies. One is currencies. One is information, and another one is chocolate. With the chocolate you can buy lots of favors there, because chocolate without milk can be eaten after 12 o'clock, and monks love that, and especially lower class monks. They don't have chocolate. Chocolate goes all to the upper class. That's how it goes. And okay, so waking up 3 a.m. and then morning meeting 3:30, between 5. So first 15 minutes you sit like this on your knees, but first you bow like this to Buddha, like this 3 times. Then you sit on your knees 15 minutes. Then you go through the chanting, I am Buddha's slave, Buddha is my noble lord. I mean, it's all about slavery anyway. And then you sit on your ass cross-legged. Then you again chant another 15 minutes. And then you meditate 1 hour if you can. And after that it's 5 a.m. and then we had sweeping. we had the sweeping. We sweep for 40 minutes the area, and then comes Pindabat. That means arms round. Monks get food in their bowls, and then they dump that food into our bags, which we carry on backpack or shoulder bags as well, till like 20 past 7. Then after that I would be cleaning the office area and the toilets there. The office area where Abbot was when he was counting the money and he was too busy to open my doors. By the way, nobody called that kitchen lady. She simply figured it out that somebody is outside and she helped out. You see? That much about compassion. And cleaning that toilet area and office, and then after that going through the bullshit offering food again to the monks because they can't touch food which was processed by the kitchen staff because they are females. Then you have to go there and offer food again, and then set up the sound system in the sala so everybody can hear that glorious chanting and dhamma talk. And then finally meal, and straight after meal cleaning spittoons. Monks have spittoons, so you have to clean spittoons, and then disassembling a sound system. But this is every like second or third week because they had like 2 or 3 pacaos, and I'm just gonna explain you that as well. What is that? Who is who in the hierarchy? And disabling that sound system in the sala and setting up a sound system in the office. Then you have like 20 minutes or even 30 minutes Dhamma talk. Shit. And Dhamma talk is when Abbot or some of the management guys is telling you something what already been told. And Dhamma talks, they can vary. Thai Dhamma talk is mostly like Buddha, good king, good Buddha, good king, good Buddha, good king, good, be good, be good, be good. While European monks, they tend to expound that and talk about Nikayas. Books normally, holy books, Asians really don't give a shit about because they're all about chanting and making money. And Europeans, they are there from the spiritual reasons, so they tend to go deeper in the meditation and read books. So then after that, I would be like cleaning another toilet block, which is between drying shed kuti and the sala. And after that, I would be cleaning Ajahn Kivali's toilet and the lower floor. And after that, it's 12:30, and you begin your day at 3 a.m. It's 12:30. I was knocking off my feet, man. And I would go to kuti to sleep, but every second or third week I was on a duty, nampana duty. That means to make tea and a coffee and a cold and hot drinks and everything for the whole sangha, which can be up to 30 people. So then I would have to go back to the kitchen area, prepare everything between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. 4:30 is an nampana time. Then you have an nampana time, then everybody drinks that, and you have to be there till it can drag on till the evening meeting, which is 6:30 till 8, and then you have evening meeting. Again the whole thing. First knees, then ass, then meditation, and then after that, you can go to sleep if nobody stops you to do something as well. And this is not a work day. Oh, work day, that's a bitch. And then I would rush straight to my kuti, make shower somewhere, and try to fall asleep till 10 p.m. because I'm waking up at 3. And months after months after months after months, man, what a brainwashing. And I knew the whole theory. Of the mind control, and I could virtually see it step by step by step, and always asking you questions. Kruna, what do you think about this? And whatever you say always goes back to the abbot, and because it's all about spying on other, right? So how the hierarchy goes, you have the laymen who enter the monastery. They stay there some time, couple of weeks. Then after a couple of months you can become a pakao. Pakao is normally pakao in Asia means just a guy who is in the monastery and follows 8 basic rules. But in that monastery, pakao is serious function. So you are now making a first step to become a novice, and then after that a monk. So as a pakao, they work your ass off, but the worst part is to become a novice, and I just didn't want to be that because I saw what they've been doing to my friend Giorgio or Tamaviro. Very cool guy from Sydney, but Italian. They've been really, they've been like in his face, and he had a problem. I didn't have that much racial problem with Anglo-Saxons as he did. He really did. Like they've been in his face. You're Italian, you're not like us, and stuff like that. Really. So, because he was like more like, Italian looking, and yeah. But he was really into Buddhism, He was totally into that. I felt sorry for him. So, but there have been other good guys like Dirapanyo. He was from Czech Republic, and he was warm. He was very helpful. And there have been many good guys there, but these guys, they never make up to the top. So you are like pakao 8 months, and then they turn into novice. And as a novice, on top of all these duties, as pakao, we also have being butler, or how they call it, upatak. So every ajahn, every guy who stayed in a system 10 years or more is an ajahn. That means teacher. And every ajahn, by definition, has to have upatak, or butler, or guy who is like doing everything for him, cleaning his robe, eating his shit, going left and right, cleaning his kuti, basically being a servant, because this is the practice. You understand me? This is the practice. And that poor guy was upatak of Ajahn Keval. So then you have monks after 2 years, when guys ordain, they are so proud of themselves. They like walk with as they have dicks in their asses, like, and now they can shout, and now they can like give a hard time to pakaos and novices. This how satanic hierarchy is working. You always kiss ass to those above you, but you can step on those below you. And Buddhism is no exception. It only has very good PR. That's all. And so you are like junior monk first 5 years, and first 5 years you have to spend in that monastery alone where you've been ordained. 5 years, dude, 5 years. After that you can move your ass somewhere else where you see it fit, but you always stay in the same system, but you can move, right? So everybody's trying exactly to do that, to survive. First 2 years to ordain, then 5 years in the monastery. Then after that life gets easier, because then you're majjhima, and then things get even better after 10 years, because after 10 years you get a better kuti, you get electricity, you can even have internet access, depending who are you on the hierarchy. But till that moment you don't have internet access, you don't have electricity at all, and you are discouraged to read, because it's very bad for your mind to read and think a lot. You're supposed to follow what you've been told, and this is called training. It's total brainwashing, and no wonder why these people end up after 10 years like totally stuck, coarse, cold, demanding. So I moved my ass from there, thanks to Dirapanyo, and I found another monastery, Wat Pakachana Pisak, where life was far easier, but it had its own challenges. And challenge came into, when you see Abbas leaving his area with one of his girls, you're not supposed to talk about it. And it's gonna come in part 3.